Hello everyone and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today as we're going to speak about iSpring LMS Use Cases and how it helps in education, corporate training, and e-commerce. My name is Paulina, I am a community manager, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. As a speaker, we have today with us Lyubov. Hi Lyubov, how are you doing?
Hi Paulina and hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm doing great. Very excited for the webinar. Thanks for asking. Lyubov is our Senior Technical Support Engineer, and today she will be more than happy to speak for you guys. And as always, we would love to hear from you, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to submit them in the question box that should be on the right side of your GoToWebinar panel. And at this point, we are ready to begin, so Lyubov, I'm passing the mic over to you.
Thank you, Paulina. So first, to start, let me ask everyone if you can see my screen and hear me good enough. You can see the question box on the right side of the GoToWebinar. Loud and clear. Great. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're good to go. And again, my name is Lyubov and I work with iSpring Technical Support. Every day, my colleagues and I help iSpring clients and trial users with their questions and tasks. And today I'm happy to share with you some stories from our customers about how iSpring Learn LMS helps them in educating, corporate training, and selling courses online. But first, let me tell you more about what exactly iSpring Learn LMS is. Just a second, please. First, let's go to our website. Generally, iSpring Learn is a cloud-based system where you can upload your courses, manage users, and track how users view and pass their courses. iSpring Learn is very intuitive. For example, here is my testing account of iSpring Learn. And we are striving to make it easily understandable for even those users who don't have anything to do with online training. And mostly, iSpring Learn is used for 3 different tasks. First one is educational purposes. iSpring Learn is created for educating, so it's a perfect solution when you need to teach students remotely and monitor their knowledge. The second one is corporate training or staff training. The bigger your company grows, the more employees you need to hire, and to reduce the cost and time that is required for training, many companies use online courses and instructions. And this is particularly important when you are working in an industry where safety rules are vital. For example, like aviation, chemical industry, or surgery. And the last one is selling courses. There is a wide number of companies who professionally produce courses in different fields. They need a platform which allows them to safely sell their courses to external users and to accept payments. And all these tasks are covered with iSpring Learn LMS. But why do all these people make their choice in favor of our LMS? The first reason is iSpring Learn is easy to use. You don't need any technical skills to start working with the LMS because everything is done online, everything is done in your browser. And everything is designed in a very user-friendly form. The next reason is the bundle with iSpring Suite, because these solutions perfectly work as a bundle. Any online training includes 2 things. You need to create a course or quiz with some authoring tool, and then you need a learning management system to share it with your users, so that your learning management system will do the hosting and tracking part. And iSpring offers both solutions. You can create your courses, interactive quizzes, and dialogue simulations with iSpring Suite, which is our full package of authoring tools. Also, our LMS supports SCORM standards, standard SCORM 1.2 and SCORM 2004. The best tracking is available when you create courses with iSpring Suite and then upload them to iSpring Learn. Now on my screen you can see how the publishing window in iSpring Suite looks when you upload your courses to iSpring Learn. In the upper part of the window you can see the user's account. You enter the link to your LMS account, your email and password. And after that, when you click on Publish, the course will be uploaded directly to your account in the learning management system, and you will be able to assign it to your users. There is no need to do this by different steps, so just in one step you can create a really great learning course. And iSpring Learning Course standard is rather similar to Experience API. It allows you to track almost every step that users take within the course, including their answers in quizzes and in dialogue simulations. And the last but not least is our technical support. As a support engineer, I'm really passionate to help our clients to achieve their tasks and goals, of course, faster, better, and easier. We do our best to help every user that contacts us via phone, email, or online chat, and we are so happy to know that our efforts were helpful for you, and some words of gratitude from our customers are the best reward for us. So before we move on to the main part of the webinar, let me please ask you one question. My question is, what is your case that you need a solution for? You can see the question box on the right side of the GoToWebinar window, and it would be really great if you send us your own answer to this question. I believe that many of today's attendees have joined us because they need answers to some specific questions. Let's see what we can. Will iSpring Learn support other e-learning development software like Storyline? I will answer those questions a little bit later. It's great that you share with us your questions and feedback. And yes, as I mentioned before, iSpring does support standards like SCORM 1.2 and SCORM 2004. You can create them with other programs and also upload them to iSpring Learn. So this is a universal solution. Like two bricks, iSpring Suite and iSpring Learn. They can work together, but they can also work separately if needed. Any other goals? Some people focus on healthcare, and some people want to share their content online, so it's really great. And I think we will cover these questions a little bit later, and Paulina will also help me in this. All right, so now let me move on to the main part of our webinar. I'm going to cover some iSpring Learn user stories. So for the first stories will be about iSpring Learn for education. Our LMS can be a great solution for schools, colleges, universities, and other academic institutions, because by utilizing the iSpring Learn LMS, you can track students' activity and interaction with the content. You can also create a sequence of courses with the Learning Paths feature and assign them to your students all at once. Just a second, I will show you the Learning Paths. This is approximately how the Learning Paths looks like in the iSpring Learn LMS. And as a quick sample, here is a story of Martin Bauer from the University of Regensburg. As Martin says, I tested iSpring Learn for the development of a prototypic web-based learning environment of a preparatory course for the seminar, which is called Presentation and Slide Writing at the University of Edinburgh. For the creating of the learning modules, I used iSpring Suite, which integrates in Microsoft PowerPoint. Existing slides were enhanced with several types of media and then uploaded to iSpring Learn. Then the modules over learning materials and quizzes were combined with the Learning Paths feature within a few minutes. The platform itself is very clean and appealing for the learner, and the administration is intuitive in comparison to Moodle, for example. The process of the learner can easily be followed by extensive report functionality. Yes, I did mention it before. In the process of setting up the course, the support of iSpring Solutions was fast and helpful in chat, email, and bulletin boards. So yes, we are really thankful to Martin for his feedback. And the main pros of iSpring Learn that Martin has mentioned are the Learning Paths feature, which is good for micro-learning contents and big courses. The second one is integration of content created with other programs like Articulate Storyline or anything else that can create SCORM 1.2 or 2004 packages, FLV videos, MP4 videos, MP3 videos, audios, Flash files, and reference documents like PDF, doc, XLS, and PPT. I'm also happy to add in this case that we also have an online player for PDF files, which is one of our new features added during the last year. The next pro that Martin has mentioned is a clean look, which doesn't distract you. And the last one is the user management, because users can be easily imported and administered. Another story that was shared with us by Zoran Stockoffski, a co-founder and course director at Stockoffski Press Limited. Here is the feedback from Zoran. We are a language school teaching English to clients from all spheres for more than 2 decades. We have been experimenting and trying to incorporate e-learning into our school for 7 years. Well, it's rather a long time. So having tried different solutions, we were gradually losing hope that we have had in mind for that would ever come into existence. The products we had tried were either too expensive, too complicated, or simply didn't live up to our expectations. Then, purely by chance, they discovered iSpring and then immediately fell in love with our software. The LMS hosting and customer support as well. Compared with other leading vendors on the market, iSpring software is way cheaper and yet one of the most powerful solutions they have used. Regardless of the user's experience and expertise, iSpring has proved to be an incredible aid in our e-learning content creation. Now we publish our courses for personal computers, tablets, and smartphones with exactly the same functionality and look. Since we started using iSpring Suite and iSpring Learner LMS about 2 years ago, we have created more than 100 different standalone courses and over 1,000 different applications. iSpring has helped us create fascinating course content that immediately became popular with our users for their amazing look and feel. iSpring is not only easy to use but also produces eye-catching results with great functionality regardless of the device that our customers play their courses on. The total number of people trained both online and in our classroom via interactive whiteboard exceeds 500. The courses were created and published to iSpring Learner LMS have enabled us to attract more customers from different parts of our country, something which we were not able to do before as the students do not need to physically present in our classrooms. We would like to stress the importance of iSpring in our day-to-day lesson creation. Our teaching staff all find using iSpring in the preparation of their lessons effortless and enjoyable, regardless of their levels of prior knowledge and skills in e-learning content creation. The introduction of e-learning school that was completely based on authoring tools from iSpring and their learning management system, which is called iSpring Learn, has resulted in our presence on a wider market in our country and has resulted in attracting a greater number of clients and most recently in our engagement in a joint project to organize English language courses for unemployed people sponsored by our government. iSpring is a complete solution that stands out for its price, user-friendliness, versatility, and stunning final result. It's also great for us to hear and read those words from Zoran. So if we sum up, mostly educators love iSpring due to the learning path, cross-platform integration, and due to its very affordable price. The next and probably the most popular sphere is using iSpring Learn for the corporate training. So why do they choose iSpring LMS? Now I'm going to show you this in a real life, in my real testing account on iSpring Learn. First is the reporting features that can be extremely helpful in analyzing results and learning outcomes. So here is the reports page in iSpring. For example, let me generate an attempt detail report for one of the quizzes in my LMS. Let's take a quiz. We select a quiz and then we select a learner. Let's take a testing learner and run the report. Here's a quiz report. You can see that the score is passed. You can see how many correct and incorrect answers the user has given. And for example, here is a detailed answer to a hotspot question. So you can see every response that a user gives in the quiz. And the same way you can see how many times people have seen your slides, how long did they spend within a course. So everything can be tracked easily in the iSpring Learn reports. The second one, with iSpring Learn, you can easily divide your employees into groups and organizations, for example, like departments and teams. Let's see, here's a People tab in iSpring Learn LMS, and you can create organizations and groups within these organizations. You can assign your content not just to one user, but all at once to a group or to the whole organization. So it saves your time. Next, you can add custom certificates of completion to acknowledge that the knowledge of your employees with ready-to-print PDF certificates. All of these can be set under the Settings tab in iSpring Learn LMS. Let's move on to this part. Under the Administrator portal, I go to the bottom part, and here we can see the certificate templates. And of course, you can add your own certificates, or you can use the pre-installed certificate. Let's preview one of them. The fields in these certificates can be filled in with the variables, and the variables will be automatically passed from the LMS to the certificate. So it will be filled in without any efforts from your side. You just need to create and fill in the certificate with the variables, with anything like Acrobat Reader or anything else. Next, you can add a lot of our customers often ask if their website can be integrated with iSpring Learn. So I'd like to highlight that iSpring Learn supports single sign-on. If your own website authenticates users, they can be smoothly redirected to the iSpring Learn portal without entering their login and password again. And moreover, you can add domain aliases and mask LMS URL if needed. For example, we go to the account info settings, and in this field we can add some domain aliases, for example, the name of your website. And if we go to settings and then enter SSO in the end, then we will switch to the single sign-on settings. iSpring Learn supports JWT and SAML type of single sign-on. And both of them were tested, and both ways to use single sign-on are already in use by some of our customers. Next, any modern company has its own brand colors and logo, and iSpring Learn can be easily customized and branded to match your corporate identity. So you can simply add your logo and a favicon. Then you can apply the desired color scheme. So here you can select account logo, set up the favicon. It's the small picture that you can see here on the tab in the browser, and you can select the color scheme that can also be customized. For example, I have a green scheme, but you can have any others that you want to. If your company is an international one and you have employees speaking different languages, then you can translate the user portal into any other language with a special localization file. If we go to the user portal, we can see that there are the different localizations. We can preview the user portal. For example, here is the user portal in English. You can assign a language version to every different organization in your account. And this way, your users, when they go to iSpring Learn to view their courses, they will view their portal on a selected specific language. So iSpring Learn is definitely a great choice for corporate training, as all your employees would need is a computer or a mobile device with internet access so that they can take the training classes wherever they go and whenever they need to. As an example, let's look at the story from Natalia Soboleva. Natalia Soboleva is our user from Russia. Just a second. Here we go. She is a business trainer at AG Experts. AG Experts service centers are located in more than 70 cities all across Russia, which makes it difficult to inform, educate, and certify employees. But last summer, after thorough research, they became happy owners of iSpring Learn LMS and the companion authoring tool, which is called iSpring Suite. As a result, she was able to transfer her experience of classroom training onto the online format. And during the extremely short period of time, on about 1 week, she created learning module which included short video lectures, relevant slides with useful info, video streaming from YouTube. Yes, iSpring Suite also allows you to do this. Intermediate assessments with iSpring quizzes, dialect simulation for practicing client objections, 3D book with general information, and final assessment. And her feedback is, the PowerPhone bundle by iSpring satisfied us completely in terms of content creation and management of our learning process and building our own knowledge base. Intuitive interface in the familiar PowerPoint environment, also features that are super easy to implement, and fantastic tech support. All that helped us start right away and, as a matter of fact, made our life easier. I can tell you that personally I worked with Natalia, and I can tell you that she's so passionate about the quality and efficiency of the courses that she creates. So I just want to show her my respect in this case. The next story is from Anna Pazhidaeva, an e-learning specialist in HyperAuto, a large company in the automotive industry. Here is what Anna says. We've decided to launch e-learning process in our company with iSpring Learn LMS. Choosing the right learning management system took us a while as we wanted to be aware of all pros and cons. We really liked user-friendly interface, user portal simplicity, and that it has a variety of features that were offered by iSpring. The color scheme in the settings allowed us to quickly create a corporate design for our LMS account. Of course, we've come up with some questions and also had some issues during our experience with iSpring Learn. There is a knowledge base on the website which has the essential information. However, sometimes it needs to be more specific. However, customer service makes that easier. Technical support specialists are always ready to help, and they promptly reply to any customer queries. We feel that iSpring is going into the right direction. They consider the requests of their customers, improving the software and widening the features. Of course, some of the issues cannot be fixed immediately, and it might take some time. Or, for example, sometimes you feel like you need some more options or tools. Not everything, but there are features which are implemented by the development team. Our company is only in the beginning of the e-learning path, and we recently launched it, and iSpring Learn has been a good way to start with it. In total, we can see that the corporate clients enjoy using iSpring LMS because of its intuitive interface, the ease of use, and the wide customization options that are really important for branding. I also would like to throw in that many corporate clients request some specific changes in the design of the LMS. And in that case, we are also ready to cooperate and customize their LMS account at a reasonable price. For example, we can customize the login page or change the email from which the notifications, LMS notifications, are being sent. And this is done as a custom project, and this also can be discussed with our technical support. Now we have come to the last part that also represents a big number of iSpring customers. It's iSpring Learn for training agencies. Another sphere where iSpring Learn can be very convenient in course selling. Whereas training agencies are looking for platforms where they can place their content and quickly start sharing. The great advantage of iSpring Learn is that it has integrated e-commerce system which you can use to sell your content. Let's go again to the settings and switch to e-commerce part. That's what you would like to get rid of all that hassle with creating your own website or setting up, for example, an online shop for your courses. You don't need to set up a server and integrate the e-commerce system into it. You can just start using iSpring Learn because it has everything in one solution. With iSpring Learn, you can easily sell your courses commission-free. You will be able to accept payments to your PayPal account or with a credit card via Authorize.net. So here you can see that you can select a PayPal account or Authorize.net. For every course that you have in the LMS, you can set up the price. Some courses can be free, and some of them can have some price. For example, let's take this video and go to the Availability tab. And here we can see that we can set up the price, and we can put this check mark or remove it if we would like to make this content free. The access rules of the paid courses in iSpring Learn are also very flexible. Apart from the price, you can limit the number of attempts and specify the display time. So let's go to the view and restrictions, and here I can select how many attempts I would like to give my users to view this content, and I can specify the display time. For example, I can give access to this course for 30 days after the purchase. This also can be useful when you sell courses on a kind of subscription base. You don't have to register every user you would like to take a course. You will be able to put the hyperlink to your course online in the web, for example, like your corporate website in the blog or in some social networks like Facebook or anywhere else. Again, in the Availability tab on this course, we can copy the link and send it to anyone. Then the user will be able to follow this link and register in the account just by entering their email and selecting the password. You can also get the information of the sold items and income that you gained in the sales history and sales summary reports. Let's move on to the report section, and here you can see that there are two special types of reports for the e-commerce. It's sales history and sales summary. That is the information that you can get about sales in your account. iSpring Learn allows you to have any number of registered users and pay only for active users. You can deactivate users anytime and they won't be able to log in, but their progress data will be saved. For example, if you need to teach these users in this month, but next month they are on holiday, you can make them inactive and activate them when they come back from the holiday, so that you won't have to make them to pay for them as a part of your subscription. Let's look at some customer stories from the training agencies. The first story will be from Fedi Yunis from AGN Professional Services, and she says, "My client, a very large training provider, hired me to research, review, and evaluate e-learning solutions for a countrywide multi-organization deployment. I reviewed over 20 LMS products, including Adobe Captivate, Prime, Docebo, Learn-Upon, Upside LMS, and selected the best 5 products for a comprehensive evaluation. And iSpring Learn made it to the top 5 list. After spending a few days using all functions and features of each product, I ranked each one based on its pros and cons, and iSpring Learn was hands down the best LMS solution on the market today. I found the user interface straightforward and clean. No nested menus to get lost in, and the user management component of iSpring Learn supports any size deployment from a handful of users to several tens of thousands in one central location. You can group users by organization, so you can service multiple companies within one iteration. Course material is very versatile as it supports just about any format to be uploaded directly, and you can have a course ready in seconds. The best part of iSpring Learn is its extensive business intelligence report capabilities. This is one aspect that sets it apart from its competitors. During my evaluation of iSpring Learn, I had a few technical questions and I used the chat feature on the website to ask them. To my amazement, my questions were answered accurately within literally seconds, not minutes of me typing them. The support staff are obviously very knowledgeable and responsive. No other company answered my questions so fast, and I was impressed with the technical support of iSpring that I felt compelled to write their CEO a thank you email. I was supposed to recommend 3 LMS solutions to my client for them to choose from, but after being amazed with iSpring Learn's power, versatility, and simplicity, I only recommended iSpring Learn and demonstrated it to my client, who was sold on it immediately. It's a great story from Fadi, and we really appreciate her words of gratitude because that is what we work for in the tech support. And the last story will be maybe from our most friendly and most loyal customer, Kevin Baker. Kevin is a nurse anesthetist and co-founder of Apex Anesthesia Review. The case of Kevin was to help his students to pass the exam to become certified registered nurse anesthetist. Kevin used in the very beginning, he used only iSpring Suite, but then he switched also to iSpring Learn LMS and started to use them as a bundle. Even though Kevin is using Mac computers, he didn't have any issues with it because he used VMware software to install Windows as a second operating system. And then he was able to use iSpring Suite to create courses on his Mac. And as a result, he was the first online review course for nurse anesthesia students, and he gained nearly 4,000 users in 2 years. Also, Kevin and his company partnered with over 40 graduate programs in the United States, and they're expanding to continuing education in CRNAs in practice. Kevin's feedback is, I've been using iSpring for several years and I could not be happier. I love its intuitive interface and that it works as intended. The customer service is always friendly, attentive, and quick to find solutions. I'm so happy I found iSpring and I plan to be a lifelong customer. As a summary, Kevin says that you don't need to have any tech background to be successful in creating and sharing online courses. And also iSpring Suite and iSpring Learn make this possible because both of them are rather easy to use and intuitive. These are the 3 most popular use cases of iSpring Learn. However, I'm sure it can meet all kinds of needs and will match various requirements. That's only a tiny part of what iSpring has to offer. If I haven't covered your specific need, please let us know. Send us a message in the question box. Maybe we haven't mentioned that yet. We're striving to cover all your needs and requirements. That is why we constantly update and improve our LMS. For example, during the last 6 months, we have added several really useful and important features. Let me come back to my account in the LMS and show you. So first, we have enabled the authorization via login. There are several companies who don't have any email or corporate domain to register their users. That is why we have added a possibility to log into the LMS without any email. You can use only a couple of, you can use a pair of login and a password. So now the email is not required. Next one is the self-registration link to a specific group or organization. Earlier there was only one link to some specific content that users could be registered by. However, now we have specific links for each group and for each organization. For example, here is a group in my account, and I can get a direct registration link and share it with anyone I would like it to be shared with. And the same thing can be done for the organizations. I can take this link and send it. And if users follow this link, they will be registered exactly into this selected organization. Next, now you can import users and localizations from Excel, so XLSX file rather than CSV. Earlier, many our users struggled with CSV format due to some specifications of Microsoft Excel and of CSV format. That is why we have added a more user-friendly and easy-to-use XLSX format for the import templates. For example, if we would like to add a user, we click on Add a new user, and we can select Import from a file. So now we have available template in XLSX format. It's easier to use and it's really more intuitive. The same template for export and import of list of the users. So for example, if you would like to upload the users from your LMS who have purchased the courses, you can export that list to the XLSX or to PDF or to CSV format. And then you can, for example, upload it to your customer management system or just use it for any other reporting needs in your company. Also, now you can make users active and inactive on a specified date. Let's also come back to this user. We have added this small window where you can select the date when the user will become inactive automatically, so that you won't have to come back to the LMS and make the user inactive on some specific date. This will be done automatically. Of course, you can just skip this field and don't make user inactive if you need this user to be always active. It's totally up to you. Next, you can delete users while importing from CSV or XLSX template. For example, if you download the exported list of users and then you upload a list where some users are missing, you will be able to get rid of these users in the LMS. If the users are not in the list, they will be deleted. However, this is a setting that can be changed, and this also can be changed in the settings of your account. For example, here is the checkbox, delete users while importing from CSV or XLSX. This is the information that can be really useful for large organizations who usually manage their users by importing or exporting lists of users. The next option was enhanced video and audio player. We have changed our video player in the LMS to HTML5 format so that now it works much better and it works really faster. And the last feature was ability to download the PDF files. For example, here we go. We can open a PDF file and click on View. After the file loads, on the top right corner you can see a download button. So this way you can share not only theoretical materials and courses with your users, but you can also share with them some forms that they need to download and, for example, send to your email later. So this is how it works. These are the most important features that we have added. But of course I didn't mention a number of smaller improvements and some fixes. That's all on my end, and so now we are ready to move on to the Q&A session. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Lubo, for covering the topic for our attendees. And yes, we do have a lot of questions. So let's start with the first one. And this question is from Brian. And this is not a question, but maybe more like a case sharing. I have a number of PowerPoint presentations, and many now have video narrations of those created with iSpring. I have several quizzes also made with iSpring. I want to know how to break them down into 27 units that have additional readings and such, so I can sell the course. Right now they are all separate pieces. How exactly do I combine them?
For example, you can upload all your units and all your presentations to iSpring Learn and combine them into a learning path. Let me show you how the learning path looks. So here we go. I have a couple of funny learning paths. They don't have a lot of courses in them. So, for example, if you have uploaded several courses that should be in one learning program that you would like to sell all at once and assign to your courses all at once, you can create a structure and a sequence of courses. It will have chapters and courses within each chapter. You can change the order and you can change the conditions on which the user will pass them. And of course, you can change the availability settings for the whole learning path. And you can set up the price for the whole learning path at once.
Thank you very much. And the next question is from Aisha. Will this LMS help us to push content through an app with mobile push notifications?
As for now, iSpring Learn app, which is available for iPads and for Android devices, both Android tablets and smartphones, it doesn't have push notifications. But when you assign courses to some people in your account, you can mark the checkbox which says inform the user via email, and then the user will receive an email. And most modern people have have email app on their phone, and they will also receive a push notification that they have a course assigned. Then they will be able to go to the app and view the course that you have assigned them.
Thank you very much. The next question is from Tai. In the student's learning path, can you set it up so students have to achieve a certain passing grade to move on, for example, 80%?
Yes, sure. Let's come back to the learning path settings, and again I will show you what it looks like. iSpring learning paths have very interesting system of grading and rating them. Let's go to the outline of our learning path. First, you can change the settings of the whole learning path. You can pace the progress so that users will have to complete each chapter before they will be able to start a new one. And also, you can set up the completion condition. For example, they need to complete all chapters or complete a specified chapter, which is the most important. If you set it up to pace progress and specify a chapter in the end of the learning path, then they won't be able to finish the learning path successfully until they pass, for example, some important quiz or exam that you have in the end. And next, the same settings are also available for every chapter within your learning path. You can also pace the progress within the chapter and set up the condition of the completion for every chapter of the learning path. And surely, when you create courses and quizzes with iSpring, you can set up the passing score and the quantity of slides that users should view to pass it successfully. So there are some steps. You can set up the score for the course or quiz, then you can set up the conditions for the chapter, and the biggest step is to set up the conditions for passing the whole learning path. It's a long story, you can see.
But it sounds quite easy though. Okay, so moving on, the next question from Tai, and we actually had the same question from Johanka. Does iSpring LMS have its own online store, or can it be integrated with third-party stores like Shopify, for example? Do you know anything about that, Lubov?
In fact, some of our customers do use Shopify, but they need to integrate it, for example, via single sign-on or via masking the URL. So what they do is they do not use e-commerce in iSpring Learn. They just sell access to the courses in iSpring Learn. For example, users pay for the course in Shopify or in any other e-commerce platform, and then they get a link to the course, and the administrator registers them in the LMS and gives them access to the course. This can also be done via single sign-on, so you can set up this system if needed. It's a little bit more difficult than if you sell courses directly from iSpring Learn. But if you need some landing page, or if you already have some platform where you sell them courses but you do not store your courses, then of course you can integrate it, either mask the URL or use single sign-on to do this.
Thank you very much. And the next question is from Ty. Is there a cost when you activate or deactivate a user, or is there just certain levels that you pay for? For example, I would like to have 500 users, so as long as I don't go over 500 users, is that what I pay for each month or annually?
This is mostly the question of pricing, a technical support, but the subscription-based iSpring Learn billing means that if you purchase an account for 500 users, then you pay for 500 users. If, for example, during the month you have registered or added more than 500 users, the last users won't be able to register. They will see a notification that the limit is exceeded. Please contact the LMS administrator. And of course, LMS administrator can quickly contact us and ask us to extend his account if needed.
Thank you very much for covering that. And also, just one second. I will quickly find that. Lubov, can you please demo examples of how iSpring LMS will look both from the user or student side and also from the admin side?
Sure. So here you can see iSpring Learn LMS from the admin side. You have different tabs for your content, so for your courses. You can group them into learning paths, or you can create folders for easier access and not to get lost in them. We have a discussion board where you will see if students post some comments to your courses. Then we have a reports tab where you can generate different reports about your content, about your users, and learning paths, and then e-commerce report as well, as I mentioned before. Next, we have a tab for people, and we can view the whole list of users and management. I would like to notice that now I'm logged into the LMS as the account owner. That is why I have a lot of possibilities here. But iSpring Learn also have different user roles. People can be just administrators who can manage users and manage the content, but are not able to manage billing and e-commerce admins. And people can be usual users who can only view courses. And also we have a user role which is called publisher who can manage only content but not users. And let me show you what the user portal looks like. I already did this during our webinar. And for example, here is the English user portal. This is what the user portal will look like when you log in as a student. You can see what courses are assigned to you, like which courses you have to do, which courses are optional or additional, and what courses were completed. You can also, if the administrator, of course, allowed you to do this, you can also generate some reports, and you can view some history of courses that you have viewed and quizzes that you have passed. This is what the portal looks from the user side. And if you log in with iSpring Learn mobile app, it will look really similar. You will also have these tabs and view your courses.
Thank you very much. And we have a question again about the customizing the look of the user portal. Could you please quickly cover it one more time?
Sure. If we go to the user portal settings, when we are logged in as the administrator, first we can turn on or turn off the user portal. We can enable the history and discussions if needed, and we can change the localization. What is this? The localization files are the files that you can download and change. The localization is an Excel template that has two columns which says label and translation. And what does it give you? For example, let's take again an English user portal. You can see some text labels here like to do, optional, completed, welcome to Fox training. choose the content you would like to view, and even the messages that are sent to users' emails. Everything of this can be customized and changed in the files of localization. So you just download this file, change the second column which says translation. For example, you can change all labels to Spanish or to Chinese language if you need to. Then you can click on Add Localization and upload the template that you have changed. Then when you select this template for some specific organization in your account, all users will see the user portal with different labels, not the default ones, but those ones that you select for them.
Thank you. And another question from Aisha. Does the LMS have the leaderboard or badge features?
I'm not completely sure what exactly this question is referring to, because you can generate reports and, for example, you can see active users, those who were most active in the LMS. So it would be great if you give us a little bit more details about what you would like to see in our LMS. Maybe I don't understand you quite correctly.
The leaderboard basically shows how people are progressing on the certain course. So you can see, for example, how your colleagues are doing on the same topic.
So sure, in that case, you can generate different reports, for example, like progress achievement. If you generate this type of a report, you can see how your colleagues or your students have passed this or that quiz. You can select some organization and some groups and generate the report. In that report, you will be able to see who in your account have passed and how exactly they have passed this quiz or this course. I believe this is the best leaderboard.
But this is more for an administrator, right?
Sure, yes, it's more for administrators. However, you can allow your users to generate their reports about their colleagues or about themselves. For example, let's take this user. And you can set up the additional permissions for every user in your LMS. You can allow a user to run reports for a selected group or for selected organization. If you have some department with a leader in it, you can give these permissions to the manager of this department.
Thank you very much. And it looks like we're almost ready to wrap up at this point. And let's cover just one last quick question from Ty. Can you have one look for company ABC and then a different look for company XYZ? So basically the look is driven by the department. We sell training to different companies, but they like to have their own appearance for their company.
It depends on which exactly parts you would like to customize. As I mentioned before, you can change the language for every company, and you can change what users can see when they go into the LMS. Like, let's click on Preview the User Portal. For example, you can change all labels here, and you can make them branded for a certain company. However, the branding settings like color scheme, logo, and favicon are selected for the whole account at once. So for all different organizations, the logo, the small sign, and the color scheme will be the same. However, if needed, this can be discussed with our technical support, and we also can discuss this with our developers. I believe that this can be achieved. And also, at least you can always create a couple of accounts with different brandings.
Right. Okay, thank you very much for your answer. And I just want to mention really quickly that we do have a couple of questions that we don't have much time to cover at this moment, but we will definitely get back to you after the webinar, guys, so don't worry if we didn't cover your specific question. And I would like to thank everybody for coming today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the webinar and you found it useful. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve could you please share it with us? You can always send it to customer.care@ispringsolutions.com, and we will be more than happy to follow them and implement them for our future webinars. I would also like to thank Lyubov for covering this topic and for taking care of the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paulina, for managing this webinar. It's really very important and helpful for all of us.
All right, so I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week at our next webinar. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.